Let's take a look at this problem. We want to solve this. And we got x plus 3 squared equals 9. Just refresh your memory on the square root property. Square root property says if you got something squared equal to something else, then you drop your squared and you put a plus or minus square root on the other side. Excuse me. Now that's pretty vague, but it really is as vague as that. Just as long as you got the entire left side squared. Well, if you look at this, I got the entire left side squared. So I can use the square root property on this problem. Now the square root property says if you got something squared equal to something else, you drop your squared and you put a plus or minus square root on the other side. No matter where you are in math, you should always simplify your radicals whenever you can in a problem. And here we got square root of 9, and 9 is 3 times 3. Now remember, with square roots, we're looking for pairs of something. Here's a pair of 3's, so a pair of 3's is going to come out as a single 3. So we got x plus 3 is equal to plus or minus 3. Now we're trying to get the x by itself, so I'm going to take this 3 here and move it over to the right side. When you move anything across your equals, your sign changes, so it becomes a negative 3 plus or minus 3. Now in simplifying, there's different simplifying techniques that go along with square root property, along with the quadratic formula, and completing a square. If your radical disappears and you don't have an I, then typically what you want to do is you want to break this into a plus version and a minus version. Now what I mean by that is this plus or minus here means you're going to have x is equal to negative 3 plus 3, and you'll have x is equal to negative 3 minus 3. Now if my radical hadn't disappeared, if the square root was still there, I wouldn't have split this apart in this manner. Now negative 3 plus 3 is 0, so our first answer is 0. And negative 3 gives us negative 6. And those are our two answers.